Fellow Zimbabweans, today is 9 February 2021. I've come again just to talk about events that are taking place in our country. It's sad to hear of the passing on of fellow citizens. And in terms of our traditions, we do not celebrate anyone's death because we will all die. We are all waiting to die. And therefore, we will never celebrate anybody, even if they were bad to us. However, we talk about them. We face reality whenever we talk about people. I am saying that the fact that somebody has died does not mean that we should always just talk about good history about those people. We say the truth. We call a spade a spade. That is standard, and we should always be like that. If we face reality, then we can build our country. We should always remind each other of the good things that other people have done and the bad things that people might also be doing. And so today I am going to talk about Douglas Nyikayaramba. Douglas Nyikayaramba was a soldier. I am told that he has passed on out of COVID. They say he has succumbed to COVID-19. I am not celebrating because any day tomorrow you can hear that I have also died. You are free to talk about me whilst I am alive or whilst I am dead. So you can talk about the good, you can talk about the bad. But here we are. I'm going to talk about Douglas Nyikayaramba. I would want the people of Zimbabwe to really understand the other side of Douglas Nyikayaramba. He might be declared a hero, but is he a true hero? That's what we want to analyze as Zimbabweans. By the time of his death, he was, I'm sure, ambassador of Zimbabwe to Mozambique. Did he really deserve it? I don't know. You are going to, Zimbabweans, you are free to look at it and decide on your own. So I'm going to trace just quickly the history of Douglas Nyikayaramba. Douglas Nyikayaramba, Major General Douglas Nyikayaramba, by the time the MDC, the main opposition MDC, was formed in 1999 at the formation of Movement for Democratic Change, he categorically, Douglas Nyikayaramba himself, categorically stated that they would never allow the ascendance of opposition members to the presidency. He said, we will never. And that they would never salute a civilian, and particularly the democracy icon of Zimbabwe, the now late Dr. Richard Morgan Tsvangirai. He said he would never, and the army would never, the war veterans would never salute him. That was Douglas Nyikayaramba. And in 2011, he warned chiefs that should the opposition win elections and should Mugabe lose elections in 2013, he was going to hold them accountable. He was going to hold chiefs accountable. That was Douglas Nyikayaramba. In January 2012, Douglas Nyikayaramba also described the now late democracy icon, the leader of MDC, Dr. Richard Morgan Tsvangirai, who was once the Prime Minister of Zimbabwe. He described him as a security threat, and he suggested that the ZANU-PF should use the army to deal with Morgan Tsvangirai. And surely they did it. He said it in 2012, while he's working towards elections in 2013. Douglas Nicaramba also in 2013, he actually called for Mugabe to be declared a life president of Zimbabwe. And he said he would not allow opposition to win elections whatsoever. At all costs, he would not. So, Douglas Nicaramba was quite famous in a number of issues. He was involved in election rigging. In the year 2000, general elections, he was involved in rigging. 2002, in 2002, actually, presidential election, he was the chief executive officer of the then Electoral Supervisory Commission, the one that was then later on replaced by Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, ZEC. So the Electoral Supervisory Commission, ESC, was headed by Douglas Nicaramba. They lied, ZANU-PF lied that Douglas Nicaramba had actually retired from the army. And yet he had not retired. That was a big lie. So they made him the chief executive officer. He literally ran elections whilst he was serving in the army. I'm surprised he managed to do that. And after that, he returned to the army. And also remember that he was deeply involved in rhino poaching, to the extent that those people who wanted to talk about it, like Captain Lair, he was killed. Captain Lair was in charge of intelligence at 1-2 Infantry Battalion, whilst Douglas Nicaramba was the commanding officer at 1-2 Infantry Battalion. And Chiwenga, the vice president today, was the commander for one brigade. So all these people were being commanded by Chiwenga. And this Douglas Nicaramba, because Nlea and other people wanted to expose the poaching that was going on. They were poaching in Mozambique and smuggling the whatever the loot and taking it to Zimbabwe and then sell that. So this Nlea, Captain Nlea, wanted to expose that. And so what did they do? They killed him. And also in 1989, they killed Edwin Bundani. Edwin Bundani Nlea was killed that was in 1989. And in 1987, they killed Lieutenant Shepard Chisango. He was in custody, and so they killed him. They killed him. That was in 1991, not 1987, but 1991. Then they also killed Martin Sibanda and Martin Marimo, who were deployed by the national parks to investigate the poaching. And what did they do? They simply shot them, and they said they were caught in crossfire. Then he was involved in partisan food distribution because he was made the leader of the Maguta program, the Operation Maguta. He was involved in the persecution of citizens in the run-up to the 2008 runoff. He was involved, after doing that, he was actually promoted by Mugabe. A lot of things happened. So this Nlea, Nicaramba, was quite a bad man. I don't know why. So thank you very much, Zimbabweans. I love you so much. I just wanted you Zimbabweans to understand that this man called Douglas Nicaramba, who ZANU-PF call the think tank of ZANU-PF, or Mr. Fix It, has been fixed by God. It's not up to us to judge. It's up to God to judge. We are all going to die, but this has happened. Thank you very much, Zimbabweans, and bye-bye.